What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another one. Appreciate y'all joining me today. Hopefully I can kind of give you guys a little bit of feedback on which dove decoy I like better. As you saw in the title, we're going to do a quick comparison of the two, my thoughts on them. Hopefully that helps you guys out a little bit on the differences between the Lucky Dove from Lucky Duck and the VooDoo Dove from Mojo. So I'm gonna kind of go through the differences I see on those and what kind of my thoughts are. Hopefully it helps you guys decide which one you like better. Let me know in the comments down below after you get done watching this video which one you prefer, which one maybe looks more realistic to you, which one you like better for different reasons, experiences you've had with either. Leave those in the comments below. If you're new here, please drop down, hit the subscribe button, and turn notifications on as well, so that way you get notified when we post videos in the future. Anyway, let's get started. Honey, which one's your favorite? No response, you just want to shoot a dove. Yep. So one thing I noticed, the difference in the one on the right is the Lucky Duck, the one on the left is the MOJO VooDoo Dove. The one thing I noticed is that the one on the left, the Mojo, has a lot more flash to it. The wings are just a little bit bigger, probably like 50% bigger, a little bit more round, so they give a little bit more flash off. But yeah, that's just one difference that I notice. So in a side-by-side comparison, what the biggest difference I see is that there's a lot more detail in the carving on the Lucky Dove rather than the VooDoo Dove. The VooDoo Dove is a little bit darker than the Lucky Dove, but I don't think that makes a huge difference, obviously. The detail work doesn't make a huge difference either. Like I mentioned earlier, the wings on the VooDoo Dove are a lot bigger than that on the... You can kind of see the tail feathers of the Lucky Dove are a lot more detailed than the VooDoo Dove. Again, not sure how much difference that makes. One of the things I find most interesting about the difference in these two is how they go on the poles. So the way the VooDoo Dove goes on the pole is it just slides in right here, and it's always a pain to get the pole off, the decoy off the pole, as you can see there. And the way that these are mounted on the decoy, I guess, is kind of, I don't know, not super trustworthy. It feels like it's gonna break sometimes when you're trying to pull on this real hard. So it just slips right in here. And it's kind of tight. Of course, the Lucky Dove is just attached by an elastic, and the pole just goes right in there. So it's a little, so I'll put the elastic through, the pole in, set it on there, and that's how I like to do it. I picked these up this season just to add a little bit more flair to the spread. I only had the VooDoo Dove before, so now we've got the Lucky Dove. But one thing I do not like about these, so as you can see, even just right here, the Lucky Dove pole is a lot smaller in diameter than that of the VooDoo Dove. It's a lot more flimsy. I don't think it matters that much, just because you're using it in a dove field. They shouldn't go through a ton of wear and tear. But that's one thing that concerns me as we move forward, is seeing what the longevity of that pole ends up being. I've had this Mojo Dove for 5-6 years now and haven't had any problems with it. So it'll just be interesting to see. The VooDoo Dove, pole on the VooDoo Dove is a 3-piece pole, while this is a 4-piece pole. The VooDoo Dove is just a bit shorter, as you can tell, than the Lucky Dove. I'll kind of show you guys that a little bit closer over at the truck and show you the wing size difference. But that's the main differences that I notice. I haven't had any problems with either ones, so don't think you could go wrong either way. These are just kind of my opinions and what I think, my thoughts on them, I guess. Let's get over to the truck and compare more of the finite details. So as I mentioned, if you put these side by side, The MOJO Dove is a little bit smaller than the Lucky Dove by about 4 inches or so. So that puts the Lucky Dove just a bit higher. 4 inches isn't that much of a difference, you know. Hey, so that's just one difference. Broken down, you can kind of see the difference. The MOJO Dove, the VooDoo Dove breaks down into 3 pieces, while the Lucky Dove breaks down into 4 uniform pieces. The MOJO Dove is just a little ununiform, so this is probably actually a little bit easier to carry around. I mean, it's going to be about the same, but these break down a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact, but more pieces to lose. I've lost so many of these little pieces on the MOJO throughout the years, so I could just see myself having more of those to lose. The VooDoo Dove by MOJO is just a little bit fatter and shorter, while the Lucky Dove is longer and skinnier, a little bit narrower. The wings here, as you can see, that's the difference in the wing size. So the one on top is the Lucky Dove, whereas the one on bottom, the white one showing the size difference, is the MOJO VooDoo Dove. So the MOJO VooDoo Dove is much larger, as you can see, than the Lucky Dove. So just a little bit of a difference. The sizes of the wings are a little bit different. I think that the MOJO flashes a lot more when there's sunlight on it. So today I was noticing that I think that the Lucky Dove flashes a lot more in the shade when there's not direct sunlight, whereas the MOJO VooDoo Dove flashes a lot more in the sunlight. So I guess it kind of depends on the application you're using there, on which would better suit you in terms of flashiness and gaining the attraction. A little bit of size difference. So as you can see, there's the difference in the poles, the difference in the detail and size of the decoy itself and the wings. So drop down in the comments down below and let me know which one you prefer, whether it's the MOJO VooDoo Dove or the Lucky Duck Lucky Dove. Personally, I have a bias towards the MOJO VooDoo Dove, simply because I've used it for so long. I think that it's got a little bit of a better flash to it with the bigger wings. It catches the light just a little bit better. But the Lucky Dove is a great option as well. I don't think you could go wrong either way. It's dove hunting for crying out loud. I think either one you add to your spread is going to add the flash, the attraction that you're going to want if you're doing a sit for dove in a dove field. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop down and subscribe below. We've hit 500 subscribers, so we're going to be doing a giveaway for 24 top-down silhouette decoys. More to come on that giveaway soon. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Give us a like if you enjoyed the video. Drop down in the comments. Let us know which one you prefer, what your experiences have been. And check us out on social media at Bandit Bill Outdoors on Instagram and Facebook. We'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget, explore the outdoors.